An evening at dusk. Our story begins on a garbage dump on the outskirts of Sector 50. A little garden where all kinds of useless things lay together. Among the piles of scrap metal, a group of shabby-looking boys wandered, carrying tongs and sacks. Two boys were searching for junk when they noticed someone approaching. Strictly speaking, it wasn't a person. Its face and limbs were made of rough stone. The adults in Sector 50 called this moving thing a golem. Who was its owner? Where did it come from? What purpose did it serve? No one knew. They only said it had existed in Sector 50 since ancient times. One thing was certain. The golem collected certain scraps from the dump and in return, it gave food. Come on, eat. Eat quickly. The boys waved a flashlight in front of the golem. It emitted a red glow from its two eye sockets. For a few seconds, it stared at the flashlight. Then, without a word, it turned and stomped off to another place. The boys chased after it, waving the flashlight again. But the golem's reaction did not change. Why on earth isn't it accepting it? One of them complained. I think I'll just destroy it. Hold on, the other boy warned. There was a time when a golem came out into the street and killed people. Ray, watching the scene from a distance, stepped down the pile of scrap metal. A bag full of used scraps hung over his shoulder, things he had collected earlier. Here you go. He handed the bag to the golem. The golem's red eyes scanned the contents. Then, lifting the bag, it poured the scraps into its mouth. The items rolled deep inside its body. For a moment, the golem shuddered. Then its mouth opened once again. One by one, food items appeared. 3 cans of canned food, 2 packs of biscuits, 1 bag of bread, 1 chocolate. If eaten sparingly, this was enough to last 3 days. The other boys watched, their eyes wide in disbelief. Hey, look at that. How on earth does he do that every day? Murmurs filled the air. How about doing it like this? Don't be crazy. That's Ghost Ray from 17th Street. Ray didn't care. He had heard it all before. Silently, he packed his rations into his bag, then turned toward the exit. Sector 50, entrance to 17th Street. Ray could feel it. Someone was following him. 7 people. He glanced at the bag slung over his shoulder. Come out. Ray's voice cut through the silence. How long are you going to follow me? A voice answered from the shadows. You've got good senses. I'm following you because you're being careful. Ron. As expected, there were 7 of them, clubs and knuckles in their hands. Ray's gaze was cold. Ron, I warned you last time, he said. If you catch my eye again, I'll make sure you're never able to walk on your own 2 feet. Ron laughed, though it came out slurred. When was that? So long ago, I don't even remember. Huh? His front teeth were missing, broken by Ray. Ray, the ghost of 17th Street, a name given because of how he moved silent, expressionless, like a shadow. Ron clenched his fists. This time, I'll win. I won't talk long, he said. Drop your bag and go. We'll let you leave in one piece. A lie. Ron had no intention of letting Ray go. Whether he handed over the food or not, he planned to beat him, to leave him crippled. Lies. That was the real reason street kids feared Ray, not just his fighting skills. Lies wouldn't work on him. You're lying, Ray said. From the group, a boy whispered. Don't make eye contact with Ghost. If you do, he'll know you're lying. Ray could tell truth from lies, just by looking into their eyes. Lies don't work on this ghost. Ron gritted his teeth. You cheeky little brat. Then, as if to shake off his fear, he screamed. Kill him! Kill him! The boys rushed forward. Ray dropped his bag to the ground and took his stance. The shapes of the approaching enemies reflected in his pure white eyes. Ray crouched low. A club whistled past his back, just barely missing him. He kicked off the ground. His body lunged forward, elbow pulled back. Then, his fist sank deep into someone's stomach. The boy collapsed with a breathless gasp. Beyond him, a flash of metal, a knuckle, aimed straight at Ray's face. Die! Ron's voice rang out. Ray twisted his body right, his left foot planted, stopping him instantly. The knuckle whooshed past his cheek. Ray didn't hesitate. He slammed his right elbow into his attacker's arm. Ah! A scream, followed by a kick to the gut. The boy stumbled back into the others. They tangled, fell. The fight was one-sided. The sharp crack of leather meeting flesh, the sickening snap of breaking bones, echoing through the garbage dump. Exactly 5 minutes later, only Ron remained standing. The others lay on the ground, groaning, defeated. Ray's voice was calm. It doesn't change just because the numbers increase. Ron staggered back, eyes wide in disbelief. No, you don't come. Please, don't come. Ray took a step forward. I warned you, he said. If you show up one more time, I'll make sure you can't use your legs. Another step. Ron's legs trembled. He stepped back. Something cold met his spine. He turned. A pile of scrap metal. He was trapped. Ron pulled out a folding knife and flicked it open. Hey, shit, stay away from me. You monster. Ray stopped. His eyes drifted to the blade. Monster. Maybe. That wasn't entirely wrong. The cold steel reflected his face. Distorted. Darkened. Maybe he wasn't much different from a golem. A block of stone. Without emotions. Ray was 10 when he realized he was different. Why aren't you crying? You fell and got a big cut. Doesn't it hurt? He knew it hurt. The blood was there flowing, real. But what did crying have to do with that? Kel came back after being beaten by the kids on 7th Street. Aren't you even angry? Angry? Why should he be? No, before that. What did anger even mean? Bea is dead. What do we do now? Yet, he didn't shed a single tear. That's when Ray realized. He didn't feel things. Not the way others did. Not joy. Not sadness. Not rage. Nothing. You're a little weird. It's scary. One by one, people left. Until he was alone. He had wondered, am I wrong? He wanted to be like them. He really did. He tried to feel emotions. But even if he felt something, was it really an emotion? He had never felt it before. There was nothing to compare it to. 6 years passed like that. Trying. Failing. Trying again. Constant effort. All useless. Maybe this was better. Maybe it was easier this way. Don't come, you monster. Ron's voice trembled, but Ray wasn't focused on his words. He was looking at his eyes, because through them, he saw the world differently. Red, as deep as blood. Blue, as vast as the ocean. Yellow, as bright as forsythia, and countless other colors. The world wasn't just light and shadow. It was alive, swirling with color, like an oil painting, where vibrant paints bled into each other. This was mana, the essence of magic, the foundation of the world. Ray's gaze shifted to Ron's chest. There, dark brown mana rippled. Everyone had a small bowl in their heart, and each time they felt something, mana filled it. His voice was calm. It's a knife. An unspoken rule, no blades. Did you plan on bringing it from the start? His gaze pierced through Ron. To stab me? I picked it up just now. I found it in the junk. Lie. Ray didn't need to guess. He could see it. The color of mana in the bowl. It never lied. Thud. Ron stumbled back. His breath was ragged. His grip on the knife shaky. Oh, don't come. Don't come. His voice cracked. Unless you want to die. Ray kept walking forward. The knife pointed at him, but he didn't flinch. His gaze never left Ron's chest. The mana there. Swirling. Shifting. Dark. Black. Unstable. Fear. Extreme fear. Ray's voice was cold. Liars deserve to be punished.